Hi and welcome to Indigo Starfire. My name is Bevin, and in this video I'm going to be doing a channeled message from your twin flame. There are 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is the pink calcite. Group 2 is the amethyst. And group 3 is the emerald. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to, I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you would like to jump ahead. And up next is a close-up photo of the crystals to help you better make your selection. Hi, Group 1. You chose the pink calcite. So I'm going to start by getting some tarot, and I will use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we. And following this initial part of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through here in the first section or can serve as additional messages for you from your twin flame's higher self right now. And then I'll close out the reading with some initials. So, what does your twin flame want you to know right now? Okay, so we have the Page of Swords, the Knight of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Six of Swords, 10 of Cups, 9 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Pentacles. I have finally made a decision to be more proactive in freeing myself from fears, limitations, and stress that has been holding me back in my life up to this point in time, and which undermined the quality and longevity of love and attention that I was able to give to you before. You had so much to offer, and you in so many ways represent wish fulfillment for me in a material sense, emotionally, spiritually, and in all ways imaginable. I have tried to dream someone like you into my reality for quite some time. And when I was confronted with you, I was overwhelmed with a sense of joy that at long last my ships had come in, wish fulfillment was here, that my prayers had been answered. And the times that we shared, they were magical. I have never been so uplifted, so free to be myself in any other connection I have experienced before. But I am also acutely aware that I bring in tow a massive shadow which needs to be diminished, or at least understood more fully for what it truly is, before I am able to contribute to you and to our connection in a measurable way. I am thinking outside of the box for strategies. I am leaning into the aspect and area of my life I am most afraid to tread. I am in the process of shedding worldviews and coping mechanisms that have carried me this far in life. I am so tired of being in this perpetual fight or flight mechanism. I don't know how to fully relax. I have done a very poor job of receiving the love that you had to give to me before, and that I still feel radiating in my direction unconditionally from you. Because although this was a quenching nourishment my soul so desperately needed and has required and is unable to produce sufficiently for myself, there also was brought forth the burden of guilt that what you were giving I could never fully repay, that at some point in time this would come to your awareness as being largely one-sided, because the shadow and the wounds that I carry are big and ravenous. And so I feared that you would walk away and never turn back around to give me a second chance. And so I was the one who created difficulties. I was the one who chose the path of fear. I was the one that has placed this wedge and barrier so firmly between the two of us, by standing in the way of my receptivity of you, my abundance, my heart, here in this lifetime. I want to step into a position of being able to hold both my light and my shadow in a more profound way. I feel you with me, supporting me as I step into uncharted waters. I know that I have a quest ahead of me. I know that I must find a way to cope, so that what I shine forth to you is not so intense and so demanding, so that you are not blinded by my resistance, but understand that the armor I wear has been there for good reason, and that I need your help. I want your help. I am ready for your help to dismantle it piece by piece. I know that I must be the one to do the heavy lifting, and I am prepared to do whatever it takes to step into a better version of me. Things must be left behind that have been creating an ache within me, that drowned out the beauty and the volume and the precise words and tone of what you were trying to bring forth to me. The higher vibration of love beckoning me to step beyond myself into the fullness of what was possible. I understand now that it was my own limitations that prevented me from hearing you, from reading between the lines of what you were trying to say, for deciphering precisely your consistency with me, as a measure and equation of love I have never experienced in this lifetime before. You have made efforts and attempts to build from the ground up with me. You have presented the gift of love in a way in which I was not accustomed to receiving. You have mirrored to me all of my shortcomings, and you are the source of strength as I take steps in a new direction, finally, firmly, and for myself first and foremost. I want to grow with you. I want our connection to endure. I want to be the one to support you when times are tough, and I am so grateful for your patience and consistency in the silence, for making me feel so lovable even when I have been so very hard to love. I have never been so compelled to change in a positive direction before. You lead by example. It is your energy that I seek to match and mirror myself to. Please continue to stand in the truth and beauty of who you are, and know that I hear you, I feel you, and I see you at moments of breakthrough, there celebrating in your radiant and golden self, ushering me home, confirming for me that every choice in the direction of freeing myself from my own shadow is a step closer into the direction of you, of us, and what we shall become in time. Thank you for showing the way. Thank you for letting me come to this conclusion on my own. Thank you in anticipation of all the steps along this journey of finding precisely the right key to free me from myself. Your guidance, your presence, and your constancy is something which helps more than you know. So in this moment, feel the words of love that are tucked in my heart as I share them with you, because I have shed a part of myself, and there is now light where once was only stone within my heart. You have been the one to get through to me. From the inside out, you have broken through. Thank you for existing in my life and for the generosity and teaching element of the love which you have to display to me, even after everything that we have been through. So those are your messages. In terms of signs, with the swords, we've got air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Pentacles is Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Wands is fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And Cups is water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So let's see what else your twin flame wants you to know right now from their higher self. And they say, I make peace, love, and healing energy for you. I am the chaser. I am the moth to your flame. I need to walk away. I feel your sadness. Come together to heal. I'm sorry, my love. I hear our song. And when I feel your presence, my soul is in extreme peace. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name of you or your twin flame, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Okay, we've got F, A, S, F, H, H, T, O, S, K, M, I, M, G, W, P, R, V, V, C, and W. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters, including several varieties of channeled message readings similar to this one. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of that out as well. And I've launched a second channel here on YouTube, which is called Lady of the Dawn Tarot. There's a link to that in the description box of the video, as well as in the channel section of my page. The format over there consists of readings related to topics other than love and romance, so if you're looking for something a little different from me, that is the place to find it. I thank you for your support there, as well as for your continued support here on this channel. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 2. You chose the Amethyst. So I'm going to start by getting some tarot, and I will use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I'll dive into the deeper energies surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense, using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we. And following this initial section of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through here in the first portion or can serve as additional messages for you from your twin flame's higher self right now. And then I'll close the reading out with some initials. So, what does your twin flame want you to know right now? Okay, we have the Knight of Swords, the King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Five of Cups, the Emperor, Eight of Wands, Six of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. As much as I feel that you have been hurting during this uncomfortable chapter in our story, please know that I have also been in a state of wandering, forlorn since we parted ways and the line of clarity became filled with static. I let my pride get in the way. I should have asked for help. I should have opened up to you and expressed that I was feeling vulnerable, that the power and intensity of this soul knowing that our story with one another was bigger than I was able to understand, that we were so close to a breakthrough energy where new layers and experiences of love was possible for the two of us, and that as much as I felt guided to this place, that I knew then and still know that I am so safe with you, that I felt compromised in the sense of questioning my own readiness to walk through that door and to let you in completely to my heart. I have unfairly projected upon you. I have tried to make you out to be a source of chaos in my life, when instead you represent the only peace that I have known. It is a paradox, the position I find myself in now. What was once the status quo was so familiar within me, this tension, reaching always for something so elusive that I had equated with a state of normal, I now see to be utter madness. What I had thought my reality was, what I needed to do in order to get by, was keeping me so far from the true definition of happiness, intimacy, and connectedness. I pushed you away so unfairly, and I hope it is not too little too late if I tell you now that I am ready for us to take the next step together, to lean in deeper, to begin the series of conversations that will lead to the place where we are finally confessing the tenderness which I know and you know has existed so palpably between the two of us and indwells within both our hearts and souls since before time began. You are the one that helps me to make sense of myself, and I am so triggered by you in a way that is both infuriating and inspirational. As much as I try to run from you, I only end up colliding with parts of myself that I have been unable to face or understand fully before. And on the other side of the battles which are waged, I find freedom, liberation, and am once again confronted with you, there waiting for all these versions of me to break through the other side of my own self-imposed barriers, to let loose the rigidness that I have held in place for so long, to allow the mask of the life that I have been living, the version of me that the world sees, to crumble, so that more of what you and I have experienced in our quiet moments, the authenticity when no one is looking and I have been my pure, unadulterated self with you, so that more of that is able to shine through into the reality of the world around us. You have helped point the way to my true purpose and my true passion, the job and process of excavating me, shifting blame back onto myself for shortcomings and learning to forgive myself. This is a key which unlocks the door to a greater part of who I am to be expressed out into the reality of the world I find myself in at present. I am so lonely without you, and I wish that this part of our story did not have so much that needed to be done individually. I wish that we were in a place to come into a greater state of union, that time was fast forwarded to the point where the words "I love you" have been spoken out loud and not just telepathically, that we were both in a place to be brave, the path of love firmly chosen by each of us. I know that I have scared you away and I have made you question your decision to ever move toward me in the first place. I am struggling with trusting and believing that this has all been with a good purpose. I know that I owe you an explanation. I know that I owe you so much more than I have given up to this point in time. The time for pleasantries is over, and I understand that it is now the season to allow you to see me standing there in my full vulnerability and darkness, that I must no longer turn my face away from you, but allow you to know me for exactly who I am. And in this manner, you will help me to understand that in these parts I perceive as shadow is instead a light so bright that only you and you alone have been able to help me to properly understand as a strength and an attribute rather than something to be ashamed of within myself. I want to move closer towards you. I will start giving you signals that I am ready. If you can please be gentle and please let me back in. I don't want to move too quickly towards you. I don't want to say too much too soon. I know that we must take things slowly and that time is truly on our side. And I wish that we were at a place where kissing and making up could be so much more tangible than it is at present. So let's start slowly. Feel me now with you, the openness in my heart and the place within that says, I am ready. I am ready to let you in. I am ready to receive you and to let my defenses down. I am ready to fight beyond the wall of fear and preconception within myself, so that the sustained belief of the gift of the two of us colliding in this life can become top priority. I am ready to stop running at the first sign of trouble, when the world around me crumbles because the world inside has been so expanded through the experience of you. I hope that you understand the necessity of this time that I have taken at a distance from you. It was never something lacking within you. You never came on too strong. You were the exact flavor of rightness that I needed in my life. And you have provided me with such a gift by pointing out in the sheer totality of all that you are, everything I have been running from within myself. I am starting to understand that my true strength and power lies in my ability to open up, to show my heart, and to stand proudly in the truth of all that exists there, the glory and the scars. I have walked through life so ashamed of my emotional body. I have been so disconnected from most of what I am. And you, in the ways in which I have had to feel my way from the cold and find your vibration, waiting there, welcoming and consistent, has helped to reintroduce me to layers of myself that had been long forgotten. I never knew quite how cold moving through the world in the way that I have been, has been up to this point in time. Thank you for being that warmth. Thank you for not crumbling and placating to my tantrums, and for not giving up hope, for still remaining there so consistently, because I feel you close. I'm sorry for pushing you away, and I hope that you will take me as I am, embrace me fully in this moment, and know that I am doing everything within my power, and I am summoning more power still on top of that, to confront the parts of me that are blocks between the two of us, so that what I have to bring to you is of equal measure and value, so that we can reach a point in the not too distant future of being on an equal playing field finally, so that we can build in a productive direction, so that we can openly talk about the ways in which we both challenge and heal one another and ourselves. I want to deepen our connection. I want to know you so thoroughly. I want you to know me in all of my intricacy and complications. I finally have found you, my true north. Thank you for always indwelling and waiting for the time when I was finally ready to look inside myself, discover who I am, and see and know truly your reflection is the only one that has ever really matched all that I am. So those are your messages. In terms of signs, with the cups, we've got water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Pentacles is Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Wands is fire, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Swords is air, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And the Emperor is Aries. So let's see, what else does your twin flame want you to know right now from their higher self? Okay, and they say, I hear our song. I'm clearing my karma. I need to take a leap of faith. We meet in our dreams. Look for the signs. You inspire my spirit. Mental connection fills me with peace as we are one. And it's time to bloom. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name of you or your twin flame, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got U, R, N, D, G, K, B, Y, E, Y, D, T, M, S, L, T, B, N, W, M, and F. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters, including several varieties of channeled message readings similar to this one. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of those out as well. And I've launched a second channel here on YouTube, which is called Lady of the Dawn Tarot. There's a link to that in the description box of the video, as well as in the channel section of my page. The format over there consists of readings related to topics other than love and romance. So if you're looking for something a little different from me, that is the place to find it. I thank you for your support there, as well as for your continued support here on this channel. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. You chose the Emerald. So I'm going to start by getting some tarot, and I will use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I'll dive into the deeper energies surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense, using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through here in the first section, or can serve as additional messages for you from your twin flame's higher self right now. And then I'll close out the reading with some initials. So, what does your twin flame want you to know at this time? Okay, we have Wheel of Fortune, Six of Swords, Justice, Seven of Cups, Page of Swords, King of Cups, Six of Pentacles, and the Empress. I can no longer hide from or deny the fact that I am completely in love with you. I don't know what the future holds between the two of us, but I do know that this is an important milestone that I have reached. Being able to admit that comfortably to myself. To know that as far as I have run from you, as much as I have pushed this connection away, all of the little efforts and mechanisms that I made to stop these feelings, to put distance between the two of us, to expunge you from my mind and from my energy, have all been futile attempts in the face of the pure core reality that you and I are destined for one another in this lifetime, in the end. You inspire me to think about love in a way that is new and novel. I am eagerly anticipating the ways in which you will teach me about a brand new level of sensation, mind, body, spirit, and heart, in a way which carries me beyond the limits and the fears of what I have known love and affection to be at this point in time. I am trying to move into a space where I am allowing myself to feel the full range of fear and not look away, to trust that on the other side of this fear is the unquestionable path of love, which leads me back to you, no matter what direction or diversion I try to point my focus at in protest. You have been so wonderful as a beacon and an inspiration to me, a living embodiment and an example of all of the qualities that I have been seeking in my long-term mate, embodied fully in the flesh and in all etheric ways, that gives me a point of reference, a map, a guide, and a sign of what I need to do in order to become more of a leveled and realistic version of myself that honors the full range of possibility and hesitations. so that I move towards you with as much authenticity as I know you have worked to cultivate within yourself for so long, and that you are generous enough to demonstrate to me as an option, a route, a way to reach that place of peace within me, which is where our love can truly blossom. I am through looking outside of myself for distractions and ways to run from the pain and the confusion. I have surrendered to the process, and I hope that you feel the shift and the lightness in the energy in which I am sending to you. I am sorry you have had to put up your walls and your defenses against the supernova that I became. I was unaware at just how intense and uncomfortable the energy I was sending out into the world and to you, most specifically, my beloved, my heart, my one and true and only love. I'm sorry for the pain that has caused you, the fear and the frustration, the ways in which you might not have known what was happening, the intensity you were feeling. This was all the product of me. A raging battle that was being waged inside against a version that wanted to be birthed forth, that could meet you in a higher vibration than what we have experienced before. And the past versions of myself, chapters, layers, wounds, and memories, all these things that did not want me to go, that did not want me to shed these loose ends and this poor company. The ghosts of the past that do not serve me in the present are not part of my future and have no place in what we shall become with one another. I was looking to you as the problem, when in fact you have always been the solution. This is a major step in a new direction for me to truly take ownership of what I hold within, this interior landscape, and how that ripples out in terms of ease and difficulty encountered in the world around me. I have been the one getting in the way of our connection. I have been the one that has made you approach me with such guardedness, boundaries put in place because you could sense that although there was an intensity, a magnetization, a pull, that there was a part of me which was so dangerous because it was so unhealed and unrecognized. Thank you for coming towards me as you did, with all of your courage and strength, leading with an openness of heart, tenderness, very basic and from the start, which has been something that despite all my fights and protests against the direction in which I am being called and against myself, has always been the point of recognition, the truth amidst all the illusion. It is what I have come back toward again and again. It is the foundation from which a different version of me now grows. And so, regardless of what the future holds between the two of us, I need you to know that you have affected my life so profoundly. You have opened me up, and you have shown me exactly what love can be. Without a word, without all the unnecessary noise and language and conversations and promises made and failed to be delivered upon or reciprocated sufficiently. Just in the pure essence of who you are, in your vibration, you have demonstrated very plainly, this is what love is. This is what can grow and develop and become reality, if only you match this frequency within yourself first and foremost. That without a word you have represented that I can have and experience so much within myself and with you. And without a word, and yet in the truest way I have ever received a message, you have shown me the answer to all the questions that I have been running from. You have presented me the true face of love. You have presented me with the best that is possible. Aside from how things look on the outside, I understand the fundamental truth that it is you and I, period. Nothing else matters. Whatever becomes of that, whatever we do or do not grow into with one another, I will continue to grow in that direction of the purity and truth and the essence of what you have shown me, what your soul has conveyed to me, the core of what we are, that keeps me anchored though the winds of change threaten at every moment to undermine my progress, to pull me back into a place where I put my mechanisms of defense back up. I push away the best thing that has ever happened to me. You, the first, the most important, the only blessing that truly matters in this life. Thank you for recognizing me, as conscious or unconscious as that was. Thank you for holding a light inside that helped to spark and awaken something within and truly show me what the path to transcendence could look like. Thank you for being in so many ways the polar opposite of me. The methods and the approaches and the mindset and the view and the ways in which you deal with life. You take things on. You relate to yourself. All of this has been an instruction manual of options and possibilities that has allowed me to find my own personal truth. For all the ways in which we are similar and dissimilar, there is a harmony and congruence that I never knew was possible between two people. I want so much for us to move beyond the current state of things between the two of us. I want so much to step into a place of confidence within, that although I am still largely a work in progress, and may always be to some degree, that together we can perform the act of stability for one another in the ever-changing process of evolution, exploration, and constancy that we endeavor in this life. You are the greatest blessing that I have ever known, and it is my motivation at this point to be able to bring to you a love that provides you with a sense of blessing, that in many ways is comparable and hopefully in time exceeds the very basic and most important and crucial element of awakening that you have presented to me. You bear within you the key to my heart, and you have unlocked such potential that I am now finally starting to actualize. And I hope that on the other side of how I grow and what wisdom I find here within the neglected parts of myself, that there is a key to something you have been needing too, in order to grow, in order to feel loved, in order to understand that there is someone out there who understands you fundamentally, who accepts you for all that you are, and who is willing to fight through the darkest night in order to be able to rise into the light and meet you. I am that someone. I am becoming that person more and more each day. Thank you for being in the truth of who you are, so that I could find my way home to the honesty of myself, which I am getting to know gradually, day by day. So those are your messages in terms of signs. With cups, we've got water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The Empress is Taurus and Libra. Justice is Libra. Pentacles is Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Swords is Air, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And Wheel of Fortune is mutable energy, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius. So let's see, what else does your twin flame want you to know right now from their higher self? Okay, and they say, I need to walk away. My spirit is awake. I make peace, love, and healing energy for you. I am the chaser. I am the moth to your flame. I release and let go. You need to first find your happiness within. Separate lives that are running parallel. And I have cleared my karma and am moving towards you. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name of you or your twin flame, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got C, O, P, M, W, K, Y, J, L, N, X, R, H, I, T, R, and S. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters, including several varieties of channeled message readings similar to this one. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I also sell handmade jewelry, dream catchers, and sun catchers if you're interested in checking any of those out as well. And I've launched a second channel here on YouTube, which is called Lady of the Dawn Tarot. There's a link to that in the description box of the video, as well as in the channel section of my page. The format over there consists of readings related to topics other than love and romance. So if you're looking for something a little different from me, that is the place to find it. I thank you for your support there, as well as for your continued support here on this channel. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.